Thank you for joining me today in the reading of The Lost Diary of Shasta Dorcas, August 1975, Chapter 7, written by Tabatha Weatherbee. August 1975. Dear Diary, about a week ago, my mom wanted to do something with my hair before school starts. She put the goop back in my hair. I had no choice but to sit there in the chair for 20 minutes. She rinsed my hair, and now my hair is green. I yelled out, "My hair is green! I have green hair and I look like some old lady!" I stormed to my room and I cried for a long time. Later that night, after my mom went to bed, I called my Grammy. Do you know what I did? Yep, I told on my mother. Grammy came and got me on the weekend and took me straight to her beautician. I told the lady that my mom made my hair green, but at one time my hair was pink because my mom is going to beauty school to be a stupid beautician. My mom thinks that I'm her guinea pig and practices on my hair all the time. My real hair color is dirty blonde. The beautician was laughing while I was talking very fast. She said she would try to get my hair color back, but it would probably be a dark blonde to get the green out. Then the beautician put some goop in my hair. I was so scared to look when she was done, but I slowly peeked through my fingers and thought it was kind of pretty. I was happy and yelled out I could live with it and ran to my Grammy. I gave her a big hug and told her that she was just the best. When we came home, my Grammy yelled at my mama. Shasta's a little girl, so quit messing up her hair. You need to practice only at your school on paid guinea pigs. Do you understand what I'm telling you? I didn't hear the rest of what was being said because I left the room to show Pinky my hair. She told me that my hair looks much better than that yucky green-gray color. I told Pinky that I thought I would be in trouble for calling Grammy. Pinky put me up on her lap and in a soft, blunt voice told me that was just nonsense and reminded me that she's my mom's grandmother and Grammy is my mom's mother, and they are much older and much wiser, and they are still in charge. I'll have to remember that next time when it's to my advantage. I told Pinky that I don't think Mom is going to get good grades. I hope she fails and goes back to the only thing she's good at, delivering mail. Why not focus on her job? She is good at it and has many friends that work with her. Diary, have you ever been in a war with no guns? Yesterday, my dad took me to the Shamrock gas station down the street. He said all the gas stations are having a price war. Gas was just 34 cents for regular gas. Dad said he's going to fill up the gas tank and 6 5-gallon gas cans that were in the trunk of his car. When we got to the gas station, there was a long, long line. The gas station across the street was only 37 cents a gallon, and the line over there was just as long. I am glad that he already filled the Scout and the other cars as well. I asked Dad what a gas war was, and he said, "Well, Shasta, a gas war is when each gas station is trying to sell the most gas, trying to beat the other one in the lowest price. The gas stations keep lowering the price until people come out of the woodwork and buy gas even if they don't need it. On the news, they say there's a gas shortage, but we think it's not in our area. My dad and Mom said that the news is trying to scare people into buying more gas. That means more long lines, and then the gas station runs out of gas because everyone is filling up their gas tanks and all kinds of gas cans. Then the next day, a truck is at our gas station delivering more gas every morning. We live in Texas, where there is plenty of gas." At the gas station, the lines were so long, and the people are coming from all directions. My dad was so excited, even though we had all the windows open, and we were both dripping with sweat. They need to have areas where it is one way in and one way out. But Dad said that can't be, because everyone's car is different. Some cars fill up on the right side, others fill up on the left side, and there are still cars available where you fill up your gas tank in the back of the car. While we were in line, I saw my first battle with two men. One passed up all the cars. He was in line on a moped, and he just eased his way up through the line to the very front. He started filling up his gas tank. Then the guy behind him got out of his car and punched him, and he fell to the ground. Both men started yelling at each other, but then they were both thrown out. My dad kind of laughed, but then he stopped, and he said, "Shasta, violence is never the answer. There are always people trying to beat the rules, but violence is never the answer. Remember that." So, diary, I changed the subject. While we were waiting in the long line, I asked Dad if he believed in God. He gave me a weird look and said, "Yes, I believe in God. There's good and evil, Shasta." Softly, he explained that there was a God and there was Satan, good and evil. So, I popped that question and asked, "How come we don't go to church?" "Well, Shasta, your mom does not want to go to church. She says we are living in sin because we both smoke, drink alcohol and beer. It is not right to go to church and be a hypocrite." I know that my dad drinks beer at the bowling alley, but so does everyone else. So I asked, "What is sin?" He said sin is when you are bad and not following all the written 10 Commandments that God gave Moses on the stone tablets. On the tablets were rules to obey God and what you can and can't do. Wow! God wrote the 10 Commandments on a rock, and it said no smoking and no drinking? I have seen little stickers and signs that say no smoking. So why do the stores sell them if God said no? My dad was laughing, but I was trying to be serious. If God made everything, then why did he make tobacco? Well, Shasta, tobacco stops the pain in a bee sting. If he did not make the bees, then we would not get stung. But my dear Shasta, without the bees, you would not have honey or food because the bees pollinate the flowers. I started talking to myself aloud. I guess that tobacco cures and causes cancer. The bees can hurt and kill things, yet help make our food good and bad. So maybe everything has a choice on how we use it. My dad thinks I'm smart for a 6-year-old. He might be right. Thanks for listening to The Lost Diary of Shasta Dorcas, Chapter 7 by Tabatha Weatherbee. And please remember to like and subscribe.